Fighting games are built on rivalries, grudges, and raw power. But every great roster needs a true monster. Not just a villain, but a character whose very existence poisons the world around them. The kind of fighter who doesn't want victory, they want domination, destruction, or eternal suffering. Across decades of arcade cabinets, consoles, and competitive scenes, fighting games have introduced some of the most unhinged, ruthless, and outright evil characters in gaming history. These aren't misunderstood anti-heroes or rivals with honor codes. These are pure agents of chaos, beings who thrive on pain, conquest, and corruption. This list ranks the top 10 most evil fighting game characters ever, based on lore brutality, body count and world-ending actions, motivations, or lack of them, and lasting impact on their universes. 10. M. Bison, Street Fighter. M. Bison isn't just a dictator, he's a parasite on humanity. As the leader of Shadaloo, Bison is responsible for mass brainwashing, human experimentation, political destabilization, and countless assassinations. His goal has never been wealth or control alone. It's the complete domination of the human spirit through psychopower, an energy fueled by hatred and fear. What makes Bison truly evil is his complete disregard for individuality. People aren't enemies to him, they're batteries, hosts, tools. His repeated attempts to clone bodies and possess new vessels prove he sees his own survival as more important than the world itself. He doesn't fight for honor, he fights to erase free will. 9. Shao Kahn, Mortal Kombat. Shao Kahn is what happens when conquest becomes a personality trait. The Emperor of Outworld has annihilated entire realms, enslaved populations, and merged dimensions simply because he could. He rules through fear, execution, and overwhelming violence, crushing rebellion with a hammer that symbolizes absolute authority. Unlike villains who hide behind manipulation, Shao Kahn is brutally honest about his goals: total domination. He doesn't pretend to be righteous, he enjoys the suffering he causes and openly mocks the weak. Shao Kahn isn't just evil, he's the embodiment of unchecked tyranny. 8. Gil, Street Fighter 3. Gil doesn't see himself as evil, which makes him terrifying. As the leader of the Illuminati, Gil believes humanity must be destroyed and reborn under his guidance. His philosophy justifies genocide, mass suffering, and global collapse as necessary steps toward enlightenment. With godlike powers over fire and ice, Gil positions himself as a messiah figure, manipulating the world from behind the scenes while orchestrating disasters to cleanse civilization. He's not driven by hatred, he's driven by belief, the most dangerous motivation of all. 7. Nightmare, Soul Calibur. Nightmare is pure corruption given form. Born from the cursed sword Soul Edge, Nightmare exists solely to harvest souls and spread endless war. Whoever wields the blade is consumed, twisted into a monstrous knight that exists only to kill and feed the sword's hunger. Nightmare doesn't need a reason. He doesn't bargain or hesitate. His presence alone brings destruction, turning battlefields into feeding grounds. In a genre full of villains with motives, Nightmare stands out because evil is his only function. 6. Jeddah Doma, Darkstalkers. Jeddah isn't evil because he hates life. He's evil because he believes free will is a mistake. A high-ranking demon noble, Jeddah seeks to merge all realms into Makai, erasing individuality and absorbing all souls into a single collective existence. He sees this as mercy, salvation from suffering through absolute control. His calm demeanor, religious symbolism, and messianic language make his actions even more disturbing. Jeddah doesn't scream or rage, he preaches while destroying worlds. He's the kind of villain who smiles as everything burns. 5. Geese Howard, Fatal Fury / King of Fighters. Geese Howard proves you don't need supernatural powers to be monstrous. A crime lord obsessed with domination, Geese manipulates cities, controls governments, and eliminates rivals without remorse. His obsession with power leads him to seek ancient scrolls capable of granting godlike abilities, not to protect anything, but to ensure no one can oppose him. Geese thrives on control and humiliation. He doesn't just defeat enemies, he breaks them, financially, physically, and psychologically. He's realistic evil, and that makes him dangerous.
4. Akuma, Street Fighter. Akuma is evil born from absolute obsession. Consumed by the Satsui no Hado, Akuma rejected humanity in pursuit of ultimate strength. He murdered his own master, abandoned all morality, and exists solely to test himself against worthy opponents, regardless of collateral damage. What makes Akuma frightening isn't malice, but indifference. He doesn't want to rule or destroy the world. He just doesn't care if it burns while he seeks perfection. Akuma represents the terrifying idea that power pursued without restraint inevitably becomes evil.
3. Rugal Bernstein, King of Fighters. Rugal is cruelty incarnate. A war profiteer turned tyrant, Rugal collects defeated fighters like trophies, literally turning them into statues. He hosts tournaments not for sport, but to hunt, humiliate, and kill the world's strongest warriors. Rugal doesn't hide behind ideology or destiny. He's fueled by arrogance, sadism, and absolute confidence in his superiority. Every version of Rugal exists to remind players that some villains aren't misunderstood, they're just monsters. 3. Rugal Bernstein, King of Fighters. Rugal is cruelty incarnate. A war profiteer turned tyrant, Rugal collects defeated fighters like trophies, literally turning them into statues. He hosts tournaments not for sport, but to hunt, humiliate, and kill the world's strongest warriors. Rugal doesn't hide behind ideology or destiny. He's fueled by arrogance, sadism, and absolute confidence in his superiority. Every version of Rugal exists to remind players that some villains aren't misunderstood, they're just monsters.
Number 1. Kazuya Mishima, Tekken. Kazuya Mishima is the most evil fighting game character of all time. What began as revenge evolved into full-scale domination. Embracing the devil gene completely, Kazuya doesn't just seek power, he seeks total annihilation of opposition. He's orchestrated global warfare, corporate tyranny, and mass death without hesitation. Unlike Heihachi, Kazuya embraces his darkness. He doesn't rationalize it, he revels in it. Kazuya represents the ultimate villain evolution, trauma transformed into malice, humanity discarded, and power pursued at any cost. He isn't fighting for revenge anymore. He's fighting to end the world on his terms.
Fighting games strip away excuses. There's no ambiguity in the ring. Villains don't hide behind armies, they face you directly. That makes their evil feel personal. These characters aren't just obstacles, they define their franchises, shape rivalries, and give heroes something worth fighting against. Without villains this ruthless, fighting games wouldn't hit nearly as hard.